So, all right, you're about a week in back here in Panama City, and I'm so excited to have you back and to be sitting here with you. I gave you a huge hug when I saw you earlier this week.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
It feels good. Like, part of me feels like I never left, but another part of me, it knows that I'm starting a new job almost. But it's weird because, you know, I've been here before. I've been in that chair. I've been in that studio.
Right.
So it feels normal. And I didn't feel like I had like a learning curve or anything, which was nice.
Yeah.
But some things are different, which is hard to get used to. But it's nice seeing those familiar faces like you.
Well, and you're a familiar face too, so it was so nice to see you. And when you say some things are different, you came back to a completely remodeled newsroom.
Right.
What do you think?
It was crazy, but I think it shows progress. And I think one of the biggest things for me is Panama City is a smaller place. And, you know, our news station, we are a smaller place. But I think those things and the talent that we have here really sets us apart. And I think that's one thing that really inspired me to come back was we have so much potential here. And that new newsroom, I'm like, okay, this is business. This is a serious place. You know, and there's so many people here who are willing and ready to make things better, and I wanted to be a part of that again.
Yeah, well, we're happy to have you back here and be a part of that. You were here when, I mean, it was absolute chaos during the hurricane, and we're vital in our coverage and helping here day in, day out, and you saw the community at really its worst.
Yeah.
And so it's great to have you back here, and you're gonna get to be a part of that again and see that rebuilding and what's changed and the progress.
Yeah, and I think one of the craziest things for me is as a young journalist, you're always ready for that next thing. You know, you want to go bigger. You want to be on ABC News someday. And, you know, when I came here, I was like, I'll just be there for a couple of years, you know, and I'm going to move on and go bigger. And I thought that's what I wanted. And I went there and I realized that community and the people who love you are so much more important.
Yeah. Well, I love that, and we're happy to have you back in our small community. I love this community as well. I never thought that, you know, after my 2-year contract that we all sign as young reporters, that I would still be here either. You just never know what's going to happen in life. So I have a similar story. I wanted to stay here. I love this community feel, and it helped that I fell in love too. And you know, and
and obviously, you know, Hurricane Michael, like just talking about it, I get emotional, but going out there and meeting the people who are all going through it, I was like, I know these people now.
Yeah, of course.
And they know me. And so, you know, when you got your promotion, I just was like, I think I'm the best person to be there. And I want to talk about that now. I have big shoes to fill, but you are in a big role now, and I want to talk about that. How's it going?
It's good. Yeah. The assistant news director role is an opportunity that, you know, our boss, Tom, you know, came to me and was kind of, hey, you know, I kind of need a number 2. We need someone to help us out in filling our assignment editor position as well. And is that something that you'd be interested in? And I thought, well, let me think about it. I mean, yeah, you know, I had talked to him before about, you know, taking a more leadership role in the newsroom and whatnot. So thought about it, and especially with being a mom now, I thought, you know, that 8 to 5 schedule is very tempting. I'm not gonna lie, it was rough working the morning show and having a newborn. As you know, it's already hard enough with sleep. You know, you can tell your body to go to bed at 8, but sometimes it doesn't happen. And then when you have a little person who depends on you, doesn't matter what time you want to go to bed, it's all about them. And so, I mean, there are plenty of mornings where it was just like, how am I even functioning right now? I don't even know. And that's how you feel sometimes even without a child. So that weighed heavy on me too, and just wondering if that would be a better fit for my family, just so I'm not exhausted when I come home, and just a better fit for him. And it seemed like it checked that box off. And then I realized I think I'm ready for a change of pace, and taking on that leadership role and maybe helping out with things that I actually did enjoy doing as an anchor. I think a lot of people don't realize, you know, we sit in that anchor chair, but there are a lot of things behind the scenes that many of us still do. Like we go out and report, we tell stories, sometimes we produce content. Some people don't know what that means, but, you know, make sure everything kind of goes right together behind the scenes. And I really enjoy that as someone in this position. And so I thought I would love that opportunity to do a little bit more of that, kind of help with all of our shows, special reports, and maybe mentor some of the younger reporters as they come in. I've always enjoyed doing that, and I would love to do that a little bit more. So it just it checked all the boxes, and I thought I'm gonna go for it. And so far, so good.
Yeah. And that was one of the things when I saw you took that position, I knew that you were perfect for it, because we're all young reporters coming in to this market, and I've always looked up to you. So to be in that chair now for you, I feel like I want to make sure I match up to the legacy that you left behind there.
Well, thank you. That's very humbling, very humbling. I think that you're going to do an amazing job. When I got word that they were thinking about Erin Morgan taking my spot, I said, that's perfect. Our boss said, you think that would be a good idea? And I'm like, yes, that would be incredible. She filled in when she needed to. I went on maternity leave, and you did a fantastic job. The community, responded and was happy to watch you. And I tuned in whenever I could and thought, you had such a good bond with Chris because you were our morning reporter before that. Right. So you're already part of the family. You just kind of moved over into that role, and then to have you back into working right alongside Chris, I think that it works. I've been watching since you've been watching all day this week, and you guys mesh. That was no surprise there. And I think that you're gonna do great. You're already doing great. Thanks. So
I think one of the biggest things is life is so short, and it's important to be around those people who love you and you love and that make you happy. And I knew that I had that here. And my family's back in Virginia, but being here is almost like having that second family.
Good. Well, I'm glad that you feel that way. I do look at you as family. As you know, the morning show are very tight-knit. It's always like that. And so when you left, it was emotional. I know on your last day, I was very happy to join you, even though I was out on maternity leave, came in, brought the baby, and said goodbye to you. And it's always emotional because we do get so close. And so I think it's great to have you back to the family, not only in the morning show, but News 13 as a whole. And in this role, I know you're going to do big things. You're going to mentor those young ones too, coming in, and the morning reporter after that. And again, I'm really happy that you're here, Erin. I'm so glad that when there was word that you were going to take this spot, I thought, I hope this works out. I really do.
Yeah, at first it was just like, what if I went back? I could do that. And as I continued to think about it and continued to talk about it with, my mentors and my family, I said, you know what, if someone else was in that chair, I'd be mad about it. So I need to go back. And, I did everything I could to get back here. And when I saw those comments on that Facebook post about people guessing who it could be, and some people wrote me, I was like, they do like me here, And so that was a great feeling. And, if you hug this community and you give them your best, they're going to hug you right back. And I think that's one of the things that I really cherish about here.
Definitely, and I can relate. I love this community as well. They have been so supportive through it all, and I know it was bittersweet to say goodbye on that desk that day, and I appreciated all of the humbling comments that I got in response. Oh no, but and it makes you feel good because that and it's bittersweet, but I didn't go far. I'm still there. I get to see all of you every day, which is awesome, and still get to be a part of it. It's just in a different way.
Right, and what people are saying, is she still there? But what they don't realize is you have a vital role. Like everything that they're seeing on the evening news has basically your touch on it,
a little bit of touch on it. Yeah.
Like you're still a part of the news and what they see on TV every single day.
And you never know. Every now and again, I might pop up on television.
Hopefully it's with me and not Chris.
Hey, there you go. Do a girl power show. Yeah. Hey, that could be an idea.
All right. And what I'm also very excited about is now to see Carter grow up.
Oh, yes.
I was there at the baby shower.
You were.
And then you brought him in.
Yeah, before he was even in this world. So I'm excited for you to see him grow up as well. He's 9 months now, and he's everywhere. He's changed so much. I'm excited for you to see him. So Erin, it's been a little hiatus since you've been back here to Panama City, and as you came back, it's been a few months. What did you think when you're driving through? Did you see the progress?
I did see a lot of the progress driving through. I wanted to drive through St. Andrews, and I wanted to drive down 15th Street to see some things, and a lot of things had made progress. I remember actually driving around a couple days after Hurricane Michael with Ross, and we were in the car together doing a Facebook Live and just pointing out the destruction, and those memories and those visuals stick with me. I've thought about it a lot, and I get emotional.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't talk about it. I actually really can't.
I know it was tough because you were in the News 13 building when Hurricane Michael was right on top of everybody, and that was scary.
Yeah, and obviously Justin Kiefer isn't here anymore, but I really looked up to him too, and to see him scared was like the moment I really got scared. And I think after that is a lot of people, you know, we're reporters, but we're young. Like, that's not something someone in their young 20s should go through, or anyone should go through. But in that moment, I said, no, we have a duty here, and that's why I came here, is to be a part of this community. And we went out there, and I met so many different people. And in the same time, while you're trying to get the story, you have to be empathetic. And I think that was the hardest part, was putting on that hat.
Yeah.
But after those days of meeting everyone, you know, like I said earlier, you come here for a couple years and you think you're going to move on. But since that day, October 10th, it's latched on to my heart, and I don't think I could ever, you know, get Panama City. It's going to be with me forever.
Right.
And
It just felt right.
It did.
To be back.
And I knew I had a duty to this place after that, and I wanted to stick with the community. And we get new reporters often. Like I said, you know, we're a starter market. A lot of people come in when they're young, and then they move on to their bigger market. And I think a big reason why I wanted to come back was to be that person that the community had. Hey, I went through this with you. I know what you're going through. I know what needs to be done. Let's get it done. And I know personally what what happened here. And I want it just as badly to see this place be just as it was, or even better.
Yeah.
And so I knew, and just reading the stories in the morning, I'm connecting with them. I'm like, okay, teachers are doing this. I want that to happen, you know?
Right.
So I think that's a big part of it too, is I can actually connect with these people, connect with the community, connect with what I'm reading, which obviously makes it easier as an anchor when you can connect with those stories and know what your audience is feeling when they hear it.
Right.
You want to feel that when you're reading it.
Yeah. You know, I wasn't there that day with you guys when huddled in First Baptist Church with you guys, and I honestly feel very guilty about that. But I was there the next day, and I remember seeing you and seeing everybody, and it was just felt so good to see everyone there, and we were all just very, like, a lot of camaraderie, and it was like, we're gonna get this done. Who can go do this? Who can go do that? And here we are in t-shirts and jeans and and getting it. I mean, you had a smile on your face. You were ready to go. I mean, I never saw you and many of the reporters, you know, complaining. You were ready to go. You were ready to go out there and tell stories. I was too, and it's just kind of in us. That's what we're here to do, and it's tough. But you do have to be empathetic, and you do have to kind of take a deep breath.
Right.
But you did a great job, you know, after the storm, and I think that just having that connection with everyone then and now, you're right. You get it. There's just it just kind of, you can relate.
And I think the big thing is after that day, you know, we did that show in our parking lot, hugging Sheriff Tommy Ford, you know, just when you see him, like, that's not a thing that happens everywhere. You don't have those relationships, and you don't feel like I felt like a family with these people, with county officials, with you guys. I mean, I made lifelong friends, and even though Hurricane Michael was terrible and will have a lasting impact forever on this community, I think it brought the community together stronger than ever, and it brought relationships that are now stronger than ever. Neighbors, you know, not even just at the station,
I agree.
but I just saw people getting out there and helping one another. And, you know, when I was leaving here to go on to my next job as a reporter, it was emotional because I was like, why am I doing this? But obviously there was a promotion in where I was going, and, you know, when you got that promotion to assistant news director, I thought to myself, I said, I need to be in that morning anchor spot because I know what this community needs. I've been through it with them. It's latched onto my heart, and I have a duty, and I want to see this place better than ever. Like even just our shows, I want to produce the best shows that we can have because I know that we have a great team, and I know that Panama City is a great place, and I want the rest of the world to see that, and I want to help rebuild that and you know, promote that positivity about what this place has to offer.
Definitely. Well, I am just so ecstatic that you are sitting in that chair, and you deserve it. You're going to do a great job. You've been doing a great job, and hopefully you can keep Chris in check, because that's a part of your job too. You know that. That's what I had to do too.
A lot of people asked me, you know, how's she going to put up with Chris? And you know, it's a day-by-day task. But I've learned from you, you know, kind of gotta bring them back in when you can. But we have the best team in the world, and you know that.
And he keeps you laughing too, and that's a big part of it. Just having fun, and you guys are gonna do great. I'm excited. I watch every morning when I can. Not the whole time. I'm chasing after like a 9-month-old too, but I enjoy watching you guys, and you're gonna do great. I'm so glad that you're back, and. I'm excited.
Okay, wait, how long were you in the morning anchor position?
5 years.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I've been saying it, I have big shoes to fill, but I need advice maybe on how to handle Chris, how to, you know, with the anchoring. What's your biggest advice for me?
Biggest advice for you. I just think that, okay, getting a good night's rest is always key, right? Because, you know, it's tough waking up, but no matter like how tired I was or what I was thinking, on my way in, I usually would like jam out to music. I don't know if you do that, but I normally just like my whole ride in is just a like singing jam like session. And I know that sounds so silly, but it just kind of like pumps me up. You know, when I walk in that door, even though it's like 3:30 in the morning when everyone is sleeping, it's game time. And I just think it's so good to like start your day with such a positive attitude, because that's what the morning show is. Everyone's starting their day, and I always think in the back of my head, oh, even if I'm dragging, even if it's rough, like you got to get people started.
Right.
And so like just always be thinking that, you know, positive, you know, enthusiastic. You gotta get them out of bed too, and whatnot. I feel like that would be. I don't know if that's
even if
silly.
it's 3:30 in the morning.
Even if it's 3:30 in the morning. It's just you gotta keep that energy going. And I think when you have positive energy, it rubs off on Chris, it rubs off on Lauren, and then hopefully through the television screen at home too. So you need to get a playlist, jam out in the car.
I might have to steal yours. No, but Chris doesn't need much help with the energy.
No, and as you know, Chris is normally jamming out too, so it's perfect. You know what Chris listened to in the car because he's usually singing it
on the way in.
On the way in, and then in the studio. So you end up singing during the show, and that's just important. I didn't really think we would get so emotional, so now I feel like we need to make sure you don't have any makeup on you. No, you're good. You're beautiful. You're good. All right. We should probably go back to work.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Don't you have a show in like an hour?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
No, you're going to do great. I'm so glad that you're back.
Me too.
You're going to do awesome. And I'm here if you ever need me.
Well, you know I love you.
Oh, well, I love you too.